Hello and welcome to my channel, Light of Shyle. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is going to be for the month of June 2020. I would like to mention that this is a general reading, so this message may or may not resonate with you. If it does, then the message is definitely for you. If you are not a Cancer and you're like, let's say, a cross watcher or somebody who stumbled across this reading and the message resonates, then this message is also for you. So, with that being said, I hope you're all doing very well today. I'm going to go ahead and be using the Archangel Power Tarot cards for your reading. I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross here. I went ahead and shuffled these cards a little bit earlier, but I'd like to be thorough. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them a few more times here. We'll get started. I have a hard time shuffling them up top here, because this mat's a little bit like, meh. It doesn't really have a lot of grip. So I apologize for that. So what messages do we have for our Cancerians here? All right, we got the Fool here, or Leap of Faith, with Archangel Metatron. Fantastic. I have a lot of love for Cancerians. My sister is a sun sign Cancer. You guys are wonderful. Tough on the outside, but super, super soft on the inside. Let's see here. We got the Queen of Cups crossing here, right? No, excuse me, the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Okay, got the Knight of Cups in the recent past. The Six of Swords, or the Six of Michael, for the way you're proceeding in the current situation. We have the Ace of Wands here in the near future. The Five of Ariel, which is the Five of Cups. No, excuse me, the Five of Pentacles. Oh, in the foundation. So basically what led up to the current situation. We have the Four of Michael, or the Four of Swords, the Eight of Ariel, or the Eight of Pentacles. So the Four of Michael is in your external influences. The Eight of Ariel is in your internal influences. You have the Queen of Ariel, so the Queen of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. And then we have the Nine of Michael in the outcome. Okay, Cancer, this is looking a tad bit heavy right now. I'm really sorry. But there's always a lesson behind this, right? Just want to make sure that you guys can see the cards. I went ahead and invested in some better lighting and a microphone here so that you guys could hear me and see a little more clearly. So, some of my other videos weren't looking too hot. Okay, so let's get started with your reading. We have the Leap of Faith here, Archangel Metatron. It says, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. So currently you're probably on a new venture of some sort. What that is will be determined shortly. But we do have the Queen of Swords crossing here. So this is your obstacle. So generally it says, you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So this could be a person you're dealing with that's kind of standing in your way of proceeding with the things that you'd like to do. This could also be you and your energy. Perhaps you've cut somebody out or felt that you needed to stand in your power, felt that you needed to be more direct and vocal, or perhaps it's the opposite and that's what you need to do in order to proceed with your current situation here, Cancer. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Gabriel. And it says here, time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So that really explains here why you're in this current energy of the Fool, because it looks like you went into something very passionately. So this is the Knight of Wands. So Gabriel, the suit of Gabriel here is Wands. The suit of Michael is Swords. The suit of Ariel is Pentacles, and it looks like there's no cups here, interestingly enough. So no emotions. This is looking more grounded in the physical. So there's an interesting balance here between your headspace and the material world, from what I'm seeing here, because you have mostly this reading so far has been mostly dominated by the suit of Michael, which is the suit of air or swords in the traditional tarot. So looking at this, it looks like you're quite a bit in the headspace. Six of Michael, the way you're moving through this situation. So it says here, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So it could be likely that you're currently in the midst of making a move of some sort, but this could also be an internal move. Perhaps you're wanting to move away from a situation of some sort that is no longer serving you, something that you feel could have been heavy, or something that just you felt wasn't right for you anymore. And so now you're proceeding. You're just basically putting one foot in front of the other. So you have a lot of movement cards here with the Knight of Gabriel, the Leap of Faith, and the Six of Michael here. It looks like you're really trying to start something new, something brand new, really move forward in your life. We have the Five of Ariel, which is the Five of Pentacles, which is what led you to your current situation. It says, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So the Five of Ariel is typically depicted with in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the homeless people who are walking outside in the snow, and they see the warmth and light of the church, but they're on the outside. So this could be talking about a mentality of lack, whether that be most of the time, I would say it's financial. So right now you're probably under some financial constraints, which really makes sense given the current circumstances. You know, since this video is happening during the time of the coronavirus and all that craziness. I'm seeing here that perhaps you have fallen on harder times financially, and that's caused you a lot of it's caused you to really sink into your head a lot about this. However, in the near future, we do have the Ace of Gabriel here. So it says, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. So this is a passionate new beginning for you coming up within the near future. This could be a passion project that you've started. A lot of people have been starting new businesses around this time, or rather looking into new ventures, because the traditional structure of a job is kind of being upended with everything going on, right? So lots of people are doing like little side hustles. This channel got started because I have nothing but time right now. But anyway, it looks like things are looking pretty promising for you in the near future. You're driving forward with a lot of passion, and you're basically just putting one foot in front of the other, following your intuition, perhaps with this leap of faith, and really just going for whatever it is that you want. For the external influences, we have the Four of Michael. It says, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Now, this could be because of the situation, like I was saying, about lockdown and all that. So we're staying home quite a bit. So you're feeling like you can stay at home, rest a bit more. Perhaps you are feeling a bit stressed out because of the situation, but it's really important for us to take the time to try and look at this from a very positive point of view, and take that moment to really look at what it is that we want, right? What it is that we want out of life. For the internal, excuse me, I need to take a sip of water. For the internal influences, we have the Eight of Ariel, or the Eight of Pentacles. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So it looks like you are working on something. It looks like you're working on a project. You're possibly even looking at learning a new subject, educating yourself about something that you want to move forward with, something that, like I said, that could be a passion project of yours, whatever that may be, whether it be creative. Like for example, if you're into art or anything like that, maybe you're looking at different ways of of drawing or mixing colors or whatever it is. You know, just an example. You're looking at different, you should be or are looking into different venues of expanding your education and what it is that you can hone your craft in. For the hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Ariel, also known as the Queen of Pentacles. So it looks like nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So it looks like you're looking towards the future in a very positive light. You're hoping for a stable foundation. You're really looking at trying to create that financial abundance for yourself. And this is in your hopes, but interestingly enough, it's also in your fears. You're also afraid that this may not happen. But so far, things are looking good for you. It's just a matter of you pushing forward, continue doing what it is that you're doing, and continue honing your craft. I do want to say we do have the Nine of Michael, which is a bit of a heavier card here for you, for your outcome. This is the Nine of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. It says, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Right. So just like the card said, if you are in the headspace right now and you're feeling very, very overwhelmed, take a moment to really go inward with the Four of Michael here. That's basically what that's talking about, right? Insights that come from quiet meditation. So meditation may be necessary during this time, practicing mindfulness, being very present in the moment, right? To really be able to expand yourself and grow and understand that these are growing pains that you're going through, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start clarifying here with the Lightseer Tarot deck. It's one of my favorite decks. Go ahead and just shuffle this a couple more times. I did shuffle these on camera or off camera earlier, but just make sure these are nice and thoroughly shuffled. And one more time. All right, 4 is my lucky number. Let's go. Alrighty, so let's clarify the leap of faith here for the Fool. What is it that we have for Cancer here? What is this leap of faith card doing here? Okay, I'm feeling these cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So we have the Fool clarifying the Fool. Isn't that funny? So you really did take a leap of faith. This leap of faith was inspired by the desire to take a leap of faith. And it looks like you're really wanting to work on yourself, work on your craft. There's something you really, really want to work on, and that is why you decided to take this leap of faith in the first place. And it looks like it actually has been bringing you quite a bit of happiness despite your worries, despite your fears. This looks like a really excellent energy to be in. Congratulations, Cancer. This is looking fantastic. This is the happiest card in the deck, which means that there's a lot of happiness coming out of this new venture that you've branched out into. And with the Eight of Pentacles here, it looks like you're actually excited to be able to work on something that you actually care about. Whether that is a job or a relationship, whatever it may be. With the Queen of Michael, why is this obstacle here? Okay, we got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, this one here. 5 of Wands. Okay, we got a progression there in the numbers, 5 and 6. So you could be having some sort of, there could be someone, like I had said earlier with the Queen of Swords, that's kind of standing in your way, this one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the second time now that we've had the same card clarifying the same card. So this is the Queen of Swords, right? So that's the Queen of Michael. So this energy is really, really, okay, this is a very strong energy coming through here. This could either be you or somebody that you're dealing with that you feel is in your way. Somebody who's very logical, somebody who is a bit detached, perhaps unemotional at times. If this isn't you, or rather, if this isn't someone, that this may be you, kind of having to, you feel the need that you have to be very direct and cold towards something, that you have to be in a very, very logical place in order for you to proceed. But interestingly enough, this is also bringing quite a bit of conflict into the scenario. So if this isn't you and this is somebody, this person's kind of causing you some conflict. It's really bothering you that they're being unemotional, that they're being so cold. Perhaps they're not normally like this, and you're feeling that there's perhaps no way out. I'm just seeing the way they're kind of reaching. Maybe both of you have an idea in mind, and you're having arguments with this person because you wanted to work with them on something. I'm not seeing the Three of Pentacles in your spread, so that may not necessarily be the case. But this is looking like it's causing you a lot of internal strife. And this could be related to money. Perhaps this was an investment. Perhaps somebody you borrowed money from, or somebody who wants money from you. But it looks like perhaps there isn't an even exchange between you two, whether that be money or emotions or some other kind of investment, right? This could be time. This could be time that just simply isn't being given to you or to the other person. There seems to be an imbalance, and both of you are trying perhaps to come into this state of balance. However, with the Five of Wands, I'm seeing that simply is not happening. All right. I'm sorry to hear you're going through that. Why does this... Okay, all right. Knight of Wands. We got the Ten of Pentacles, the happy, stable home. I'll show you the cards in just a moment here. Why is... Okay, this one here and this one. All right, so that's really interesting. In your recent past, clarifying the Knight of Wands, this fiery, impulsive nature, this desire for forward movement through passion, there's something that sparked your passions. Interestingly enough, we have the Ace of Wands in the future here. So whatever it is that you are pursuing does have a great deal of passion behind it. There is definitely a sense of desiring this. You really want to push forward with this, and you're feeling incredibly motivated and driven to achieve whatever it is that you want. With the Ace of Wands clarifying the Knight of Wands, there's a lot of fiery, passionate, desirous feelings that you have. And right now you're basically, in the past you were waiting for something to grow, perhaps, from this may be something you've been working on for a bit, and you're waiting to see the fruits of your labors. And the Ten of Pentacles here is the happy home. Maybe you're doing this for your family. Maybe you're doing this for your loved ones, and you're wanting to create this sense of incredible happiness. As you can see in this card, there's a lot of joy, happiness. You can see the kids playing in the background here. There's just smiles all around, the dog here, just that beautiful sense of family here. And perhaps this venture of yours was being brought upon, or rather you took the initiative on it because you wanted to provide this home for yourself and for those you loved. But now you're basically waiting for those seeds you planted to grow. All right, so that's really beautiful. Okay, why is the Six of Michael here? Okay, we got the King of Wands. Interesting. So I do want to say something about this particular position. In the last three readings that I've done, I believe for Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, the King of Wands has been in this position. And I find it very, very coincidental that now this Six of Michael is being clarified by the King of Wands. He's been coming out quite a bit. Okay, we got the Six of Wands. So we have two sixes here. The Six of Michael and the Six of Wands. And one more, please, Spirit, for Cancer. Why is the Six of Michael here? I'm feeling this card here. Eight of Cups. Okay, so we have two cards here about forward movement, And interestingly enough, at the bottom of the deck was the Chariot. So moving forward from things. There's definitely a lot of forward movement here. Walking away from things that no longer serve you here with the Eight of Cups. So you can see here, she's kind of just leaving that cup. There seems to be a fire inside of the cup, almost like she burned the house down and decided to walk away. It's pretty dark and twisted, but that's definitely not how I meant it to come out. But definitely there's that sense of forward movement, of wanting to progress, of leaving things behind that no longer serve you. This could be a job, this could be a person, this could be a situation of some sort. Perhaps that's what this Queen of Swords is here for. And you're wanting to emerge victorious. At the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to be acknowledged. You want to feel seen. You want to feel like you matter, like you're worth something. And if somebody or something didn't let you or make you feel that way, then you're walking away from that because it no longer serves you. And this is putting you in the energy of the King of Wands, a very strong, passionate, authoritative figure who knows what he wants. He knows how to harness his passions and move forward. I do want to say that if when I refer to genders here, gender is one of those things that I don't really, what would be the way of expressing this? It's more about energies and not so much gender. There we go. Right? So even if you're a female, you're standing in your masculine energy, right? We have these polarities within us of masculine and feminine traits. So whether you're a male or female, it doesn't really matter what you identify as. It's more of an energy that you're embodying. So with that being said, I want to clarify now the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles or the Five of Ariel here for Cancer Spirit? Okay. Justice, Hermit, and Four of Wands. Ooh, okay. Bottom of the deck, I saw here the Tower. So there could have been a Tower moment that came in. It might have not been all that powerful, considering the fact that it didn't come out in your spread, or this could have been a past energy. But what led up to this situation was a sensation, that feeling of lack, right? So you're feeling that you don't have enough of something. And what that caused within you, perhaps it was a legal battle. It could have been. Some of you have been dealing with some sort of legal matter where you have to go before a judge and everything, and you want justice to be on your side. And likely it will be, since this card is in your spread. And if not, this could be a Libra that you were dealing with, and you were looking to find that internal balance. And the reason I say that is because we also have the Hermit here, which is a card of deep introspection. You have to walk away from something to look within, right? Even if you're surrounded by people, going within to try and figure out what it was that you wanted. Why were you feeling that sense of lack? Why is it that you felt you were at a loss? And why did you feel so imbalanced? And interestingly enough, here we have the Four of Wands, which is another card of the happy home, of stability, of balance, of happiness. You can see here these two people are dancing so joyously underneath a beautiful sky there. They're celebrating. And this is basically what you wanted, trying to figure out what it was that you were looking for in order to bring this sense of stability into your life. You no longer want to feel that sense of lack. However, this is what led you into the current situation that you've been in. And perhaps that is why you decide to strive and try and begin a new project that would get you out of that space, that would get you out of that feeling, that mentality of lack, that belief system of lack. So let's go ahead and clarify the Ace of Wands, or the Ace of Gabriel here in the in the near future. Okay, we got the Empress here. Beautiful. Another card of abundance, fertility. I feel like this one here. And this one. Okay. So we have, clarifying the Ace of Wands, we have the Empress. So this could be somebody that you're dealing with, perhaps. It could be a feminine energy that you're embodying, that you will be embodying. This Ace of Wands is inspired by your desire for inner power, inner strength in your feminine space, the feminine side of you. This is abundance and prosperity that you want to create. And then we have here the Page of Pentacles. So this could have been somebody that came in that gave you some sort of money, or somebody that's going to give you some sort of money or offer, physical offer of some sort, in order for you to proceed with your passion project. This could be also, this could be interpreted as a child, perhaps, that you're wanting to provide for. However, I'm seeing it as an offering of some sort from somebody, and this is what is going to help you gain that stability and help you continue to pursue your passion. And we have here the Judgment card. So this could be a higher calling. This could be your divine mission, your soul's purpose here that's calling you. And this is the divine liberating you and freeing you. You can kind of see this liberation coming from this card. It's just screaming liberation, right? Freedom. And this is your soul just calling to you and saying, this is what I want. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me stable. And so now you're proceeding with that full force, saying, yes, this feels right, and this is the divine calling out to me, and I need to answer that call. So that's incredibly powerful. Very beautiful, Cancer. You're coming from, there are some heavier cards here, but you're coming from a very, very beautiful and very balanced place, which is, out of all the readings I've done so far, this is probably the most stable place I feel that you've been coming from. Very passionate, very, very in your power. Let's see what this Four of Michael here is for. Four of Michael, let's go ahead and clarify. I want you guys to be able to see. I know lots of people like, okay, I'm feeling this one. King of Cups, okay. I know lots of people like to see people shuffle the cards and have cards pop out. I'm feeling these two here. Okay, wonderful. So for your external influences, we have the King of Cups. This could be somebody in your life, somebody who loves you very much. This could be a partner. It could be a father, an uncle, or just a masculine energy. They don't have to necessarily be a man. It could be a woman who's in her masculine traits, very strong and very, very in tune with their emotions. You can kind of see the way he sits in his emotions, and he seems very sure of himself, very aware of what it is that's going on within him. This person may or may not express these emotions to you. They may seem cool and collected on the outside, but on the inside, it looks like there's quite a bit of love. This could be you, Cancer. The cup suit is about the three signs of water. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. However, this is in the external influences. So this could be somebody that you're dealing with, a fellow Cancerian, a water sign, who loves you very much, but may not necessarily show it. And then we have Strength here. So there could be a lot of lessons being learned right now, or somebody who's teaching you or giving you the advice of going within to find your inner strength, going within to pull from you that primal nature. You can kind of see the lion within her. And you have the Lamb here, so it's a matter of finding that balance, that equilibrium of spiritual strength, of knowing when to stand in your power, or how to stand in your power, when to give way to people, so to speak. I don't want to say let them walk all over you or anything like that, but rather when it is that you should stand firm with somebody and when it is that you should be like this lamb, calm and gentle. So when to embody the Queen of Swords and when not to. And then we have the Queen of Wands here. Another very beautiful energy coming in. The Queen of Wands is passionate, fiery. She knows how to harness her passions to spark her creativity. You can kind of see this little ball of light that she holds in her hand, and she looks at it with so much joy and happiness because she knows it is something that sparks from within her. She is in her power, and she recognizes that she is the embodiment of the Eternal Mother, that she is so incredibly happy and passionate. This could be a person that you're dealing with. This could be somebody who loves you as well and who wants to inspire you and give you that gift. I kind of see the way she's holding that ball of light out, almost like saying, here, take this from me. This could also be Spirit giving you that gift of joy and happiness and saying, this is me giving this to you for all your hard work and effort. Perhaps this information will come to you through moments of quiet and meditation, as it is the Four of Swords or the Four of Michael. It does speak of contemplation and of going within in your day-to-day life. Why is the Eight of Ariel here, or the Eight of Pentacles for our lovely sign of Cancer? Got an 8 here, the Eight of Wands coming out. What else? What else do we have here clarifying the Eight of Pentacles? Okay. So the card that fell down was the Nine of Cups. So I'll go ahead and show you these in just a moment. But we have the Eight of Wands here. This could be, so this is internal, fire, passion, movement, drive, desire, wanting to pursue your craft with an unbridled passion and wanting to move very quickly towards it. We have the Two of Cups. So perhaps there is a powerful soulmate connection that's really driving you to improve on your craft, something that it is that you truly want. This could be somebody you're already with. Perhaps you already have a happy home and a happy family and you want to continue to provide for them. And so for that reason, you are honing your craft and working on it so that you can continue to provide for them. And if not, then perhaps you are working on this craft because you know somehow it'll be able to bring you closer to this person that you care about. And we have the Nine of Cups. You know that this project, or whatever it is that you're working on, is going to bring you absolute bliss, happiness. I'm seeing, you can see the joy in this card here that comes from it. We have this treasure chest here that she's just leapt from. So all of the things that you desire in this life, you know that this could happen if you continue to work on this craft. It's very beautiful. All right. I love that this reading turned out to be a lot happier. We have the Queen of Ariel, or the Queen of Pentacles, and the hopes and fears. What is, let's go ahead and clarify. Why is this card here for Cancer, Spirit? Okay, you know what? Oddly enough, I'm being called to pull from another deck. This is the first time this has happened to me. Which deck is it going to be? I think it's, we're doing the, okay, we're going to do the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck here. I'm pretty sure that's the name of this deck. Another beautiful deck that I really love. Usually, that's so weird. I've never had that happen to me so far. Usually I just continue to clarify with the Light Seer deck, but this particular spread is asking me to pull from another deck for whatever reason. How odd. Okay, why is the Queen of Ariel here? Spirit. Okay, interesting. Cards don't seem to be wanting to come out right now. Okay, all right, we got the Nine of Pentacles. Why is the Nine of, okay, the Nine of Swords. This card here. The Four of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So, in your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Pentacles. You're hoping that what it is that you put into work on, your work into, is going to bear fruit. You can kind of see there all those grapes there, and she seems very satisfied, very happy with all of the work that she's put into that. You're working on yourself, and you feel that this is going to bring you a lot of happiness, or you're hoping that it will bring you a lot of happiness. This is especially emphasized with the Queen of Ariel, because with the Queen of Pentacles, it also talks about taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself, really grounding yourself in all of your senses. And this card here talks about working on yourself, working after a period of hard work, really being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what you're really wanting. However, we have the Nine of Swords also clarifying this card. So it looks like you're very scared that you're going to be stuck in this place of depression, of sadness, of disappointment, perhaps feeling that you're not capable of doing the things that you need to do. I'm really being called to the people here. If you can see here, that guy on the far right there, it's almost like he's pointing and laughing at her. Perhaps you're afraid of ridicule. Perhaps you're afraid that you're going to be ridiculed for whatever it is that you're working on, something that you're so passionate about, and you're potentially taking into consideration other people's opinions. And with the Four of Pentacles here, it could be talking that you're afraid of letting go of something. Perhaps you're holding on to something a little too tightly. Perhaps you're holding on to the money that you have right now because you're afraid that no more money will come. And that could very well be what you're afraid of. And I do want to mention that when we come from that mentality of lack and not wanting to let go of certain things, sometimes it does actually inhibit our manifestation. So when we manifest from fear, there's usually strings attached to the good things that come along, or things may not manifest in the method that we want to. So these are definite hopes and fears to take a look at. That isn't to say that there aren't bad things in life, but when we focus on the positive and we express ourselves, or we express gratitude for the things that we have, then we can truly manifest from a place of happiness. And the universe, in turn, will give us what it is that we need. Why is the Nine of Michael here, Spirit? The Five of Cups here. Why is the Nine of Michael here? Okay, there we are. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. This card speaks of victory. You can see here, he's very sure of himself, riding on that white steed of his. He's emerged victorious from the battle. So, with the Nine of Swords, you will be stuck in your head about something in the upcoming month. But it says here, your worry is unnecessary. Give your regrets, guilts, and worries to your angels. And this is especially true with the Five of Cups. It looks like perhaps there has been a loss of some sort of emotional loss, perhaps something that you had invested time in, that you were feeling was going to bear fruit, and it simply did not. And perhaps for that reason, there is that sense of loss. However, the angels are saying, don't focus on the loss. Focus on, like I was saying earlier, the positive things, the beautiful things in your life, the things that we have, the food, the water, the stability that we have, the home, the happy home, the relationships that we have that we should be grateful for. In the future, we have or clarifying the future here, we have the Chariot. Victory, once again. It's being emphasized here with the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck and with the Chariot, that even though you're worried, even though you feel like things may not work out or pan out the way that you want, things are actually moving very, very quickly for you. Things are moving forward, and that you're going to emerge victorious after all of your hard work. And with the Strength card here, all of your tribulations, all of the problems that you've been encountering, everything has been cultivating a sense of strength, a sense of power, inner power. This is a very, very highly spiritual lesson for you to learn right now, to cultivate that inner strength, that patience, how to calm the beast within, how to calm your passions, how to calm those worries, so that you can emerge victorious. And you will. It's just a matter of time. All right, so far, very beautiful reading. I'm going to go ahead and start closing out the reading with some oracle cards here. I love ending my readings on very positive notes, so I hope you have enjoyed the reading so far. We have the Angel and Ancestors deck that I'm going to be using here in just a moment. If you like the content so far, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. I'd love to get these messages out to more and more people. My channel, Light of Shaya, is all about illuminating the spiritual path for people, illuminating things that we have concerns about and how to proceed, so that we can get the best out of life. And these are all messages from Spirit that really want to come through. And it is my my privilege, really, to be able to do this for you. So, what do the angels and ancestors have for us for Cancer? Here we go. This one here. She-wolf, unleash the wild within. Were we not talking about the primal nature and calming it and finding how to properly release it? This card here. Autumn, release the old and rest. And that makes perfect sense. And then we have the High Priestess, harness mystic power. Bottom of the deck here we have Mother Earth. Mother Earth. I don't know why I said it with an F. Feel loved and comforted. That's such a beautiful card. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so we have, I'm going to read from the book for the She-wolf, but we have unleash the wild within. So knowing how to use those passions that you have in a very productive manner, knowing when to release them, when to, basically it's a game of manipulation. How do you manipulate that energy in order to start creating the world that you want, the things that it is that you need in this life? Autumn, release the old and rest. This card really coincides with the way that you've been looking at the situation and how you've been moving forward, with the Six of Michael being clarified by the Eight of Cups here. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can quite see that. But with the Eight of Cups, it talks about walking away from things that no longer serve you, right? And with the Six of Michael here, this card also talks about movement. For some of you, I do want to say there is travel involved, because we do have lots of cards talking about travel. We don't have the World here, but these cards, Eight of Wands, the Chariot, Six of Michael, and Eight of Cups, they could potentially be speaking of travel. And then we have the High Priestess, harness mystic power. So once again, like I was saying, what are we manifesting? How are you manifesting? Are you believing in your power of manifestation? Because Spirit is saying that you have it deep within you, and sometimes you have to learn how to unleash it properly. Let's go ahead and read from the book for the She-wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. And I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of water real quick. Sorry. So I'm going to read from this here, the book. Not sure if you can see it. It says, let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. The message is, you are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart. The part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go in. And don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so that's kind of what we were referring to earlier in the sense of really being able to harness that inner strength. You have the strength card that has come out twice in the reading so far. And this is definitely, I feel, a message from Spirit in the external influences, really teaching you inner strength and teaching you how you use that strength in order to create the life that you desire. I'm surprised the Magician isn't here because I'm feeling this is highly about this is a lot about manifesting, but it seems that the lesson here isn't so much about manifestation, but rather how do you harness the power behind manifestation, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So yeah, harness that mystic power within you and really unleash that passion, that desire to really move towards the things that you want, right? That message is coming through very strongly here for you, Cancer. And we have, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards here. We got the Spirit Animal Oracle. This is another deck that I really, really love. I'm actually more fond of Oracle cards than I am of the Tarot. I don't know what it is about Oracle cards that just really make my heart sing. So that's why I always love ending readings on these as well. Get to play around with them, give you really uplifting messages. Wasn't I just saying the word play around, or didn't I just say play around? Be playful. Sandpiper Spirit. That's a message that really needed to come through. Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. That card came out for Gemini as well. Any other cards? One more card perhaps, Spirit, from our beautiful animal spirits here that want to come through. This one here. Wombat Spirit, be at home. At the bottom of the deck, we have Koala Spirit, which says, Spirit has a plan. So trust in the plan, because Spirit is always working in your favor. So, Wombat Spirit, be at home. So we were talking about the home earlier and how you wanted to provide that foundation for people, right? So home is an idea. Home really lies within, because our home is always our body. When you really look at it, we're consciousness experiencing life, and the home, the true home, is always the physical body and where we're at in the moment. So when you take time to appreciate the physical body, the physicality, the senses, everything that you indulge in, when you really take a moment to look at those things and appreciate them, that's when you start to feel more and more at home. Okay, so Swan Spirit says, take time for a deep dive. So perhaps it is time for you to start looking at patterns that you may have, certain ideas, ideologies, belief systems that you have that are not necessarily coinciding with the new path that you're taking, with the leap of faith, the current energy that you're in of moving forward, of trying to create this new life. What outmoded belief systems do you have? Is there something in your belief system that is now outdated that no longer serves you? Because if that's the case, it's time to take a look at those things, because perhaps those things are the very thing that is holding you back. And then we have Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. So this message, I feel, really wanted to come through because it just so happened to come out as soon as I was saying about playing around. So let's go ahead and read from the book for this one. Give me just one moment. Just got it here. So be playful, Sandpiper Spirit. Let me see if I could show you this. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper Spirit is a sign that now is a time to engage your playfulness. Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new in the old. Who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper Spirit, sorry, I'm trying to make sure you can see it here. at the top there. A sandpiper spirit, happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. All right. So life is supposed to be about fun, right? Like yes, we do experience some pretty heavy things in our lives. Like that's a given. That's the nature of life. It's duality. But how do we keep that inner child alive? How is it that we proceed in life with that sense of joy? Because if there's no sense of joy, then there's no happiness, right? There's if you don't look for the happiness in the little things, in the old, in the new, then life becomes pretty stale, and we start to close off from different opportunities and ways of looking at life. Um, I've been heavily recommending, and I'm going to do this for these readings, the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I'll link I'll I'll put a link in the description box for an audiobook that's on YouTube here, just to save you the time. But it's very important for us to practice mindfulness and understand what the nature of our being is. The nature of our being is simply that, to be. When you look at consciousness, consciousness simply is. Source simply is and always will be. That's not something that's ever going to change. And when we start to embody that, we start to feel more at home. We start to feel happier. The things we tend to identify with the mind, and when we identify with the mind, it actually constricts us into this very, very dark space, because we're no longer focusing on the moment of now. Are you truly present at this moment? Typically, we're constantly thinking about the next thing to do, or we're thinking about past hurts or things that have occurred to us, right? So in order to be playful, you need to be in the now. When you were a kid, you didn't think about these things, right? You didn't think about how you had to go to work and how you had to provide for the family and this and that, right? So do keep in mind that the only true moment that exists is now. All right. I don't mean to preach. I'm coming from a very, very nurturing place right now. I want the best for you, okay? I think you're absolutely beautiful and you deserve the best in this life, okay? So what messages do we have from our angels here for the sign of Cancer? What do we have here, holy angels? Some happiness, some happy thoughts. This card here. Okay, we got Archangel Gabriel. Speak your truth. Perhaps that's what the block was earlier. That block might have been the fact that you needed to stand up for yourself and speak the truth. The Queen of Swords that was crossing the Fool. Okay, oh, we got Archangel Chamuel. Open your heart. I believe this came out for Gemini too. These are very powerful cards. These are two archangels coming through in your reading. Some of the other readings didn't have any of the archangels. Okay, you have three archangels coming through here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Peaceful Warrior. So how can you embody peace while standing in your power? You know, nonviolence was a big thing, right? In the equal rights movement, nonviolence was always very big, and it is incredibly powerful. So how can you practice that ideology when dealing with people who may be crossing you? These people who may cross you, who probably will, we're all human, right? We all make mistakes. It says the miracle of forgiveness here. Archangel Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So perhaps there are people in your life right now that you have to forgive, that you need to learn to forgive. Forgiveness isn't about the other person. Forgiveness is about you. And this whole entire life that you're living isn't about the people around you, it's about you. How do you embody that happiness for yourself? Okay? It says here, open your heart, Archangel Chamuel. Thank you, Chamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. So perhaps there's somebody that you've been dealing with that you've been closed off with, and you need to open your heart up again to love, because that's the highest energy in the universe. That is the energy of love, or excuse me, love is the energy of source. Source is love and always will be love, right? So when you open yourself up to that, it frees you. Love is incredibly freeing. And yes, sometimes we do get hurt, but you can continue to love despite being hurt. They're two separate energies. They're two separate things. Learning to love unconditionally is a very, very difficult lesson to learn, but it's very possible. And then it says, Archangel Gabriel, speak your truth. So perhaps there is a truth that needs to come out, right? Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. Standing in your power, in that peaceful warrior, like that, taking the stance of the peaceful warrior, you can be incredibly peaceful while speaking your truth. If somebody hurt you in the past and you haven't voiced it, perhaps they may even be unaware that they hurt you in the first place because you've been hiding those feelings. You've been keeping them within, right? And it's important that we let those feelings out. Open your heart and allow that transformational energy of forgiveness in. Okay? And I'm going to close out the reading with some cards from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I have a very deep connection with animals. I think I always have since I was a child, but that's particularly the reason why I can't consume them. But they offer so much wisdom. They've been around for so long, and they always offer us. They just have so much wisdom and love. Like, I mean, have you ever considered how like the dolphin seems so joyous and happy? I mean, granted, they have their negative attributes as well, but they have a lot to teach us, right? So what other lessons do we have for lessons or messages for Cancer? I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and especially if you stayed all the way to the end, because honestly, okay, lots of cards wanted to pop out, but this one called out to me, and these two. Okay, so interestingly enough, we have two cards that look very, very, very similar. We have the snake and the sea serpent. So the snake is obviously an animal that exists in our reality. The sea serpent is a mythical creature. And then we have beaver. So I'm actually going to read from the book for these because, to be honest, I'm not very familiar with this deck, and they have some pretty good descriptions here. So let's see if you could see this here. No, not quite. Maybe here. Okay. Guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, or our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. So it says at the bottom, when in balance, prosperous, creative, charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. And to bring into balance, Kundalini, yoga, and meditation. So I was referring to meditation earlier with the Four of Michael. It's very likely that you may need to practice a little more meditation. And if you already have a meditation practice, then you're probably fine. This is more talking about what your creative potential is. And it's very clear from the cards and your spread so far that you do have a lot of creative potential. We're seeing a lot of like the Ace of Wands came out twice. We have a lot of Wands cards of passion, of that desire to spark something new. So you do have a lot of untapped potential, and you may look at this as what? How do I explain this? You're looking at this almost from a superficial, like surface level. You have so much more potential than what you already think you may have. So if you think that this idea is going to make you a certain amount of money, or if you have something that you feel is going to bring you abundance, like the idea itself has so much more potential than you can even fathom, if that makes sense. So you have a lot of untapped potential here. And Spirit is saying that basically shoot for the stars because you're perfectly capable. Sea serpent, healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. Let's see here. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease, and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment, and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. Can't quite see it. It's at the very top there. Sorry. A gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true nature. So I find it interesting that this card is talking about forgiveness again. So there is somebody perhaps that you need to forgive in order to allow the healing process to occur and for you to open your heart. Okay? So I know forgiveness isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do at times when somebody has really hurt you, but it is a very, very highly spiritual lesson to learn, and it'll benefit you more than you can probably understand while you're sitting in that energy, if that makes sense. I know how difficult this is from personal experience. I've cried a lot of tears because of past hurts, and it's very hard to forgive. And going through the process of forgiveness may even stir up those feelings all over again. But it's very, very helpful for you in the long run to be able to release that, because you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel free, free at last, you know? um, it says here, this deals with the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the areas of the Svadhisthana chakra. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire, and is associated with the water element. Svadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother, or Kundalini herself. So it's very powerful. So you have a lot of untapped potential, Cancer. You have so much untapped potential that you can really start getting into once you open yourself up to love, and once you open yourself up to the possibility of forgiveness. Because when you forgive, you're empowering yourself. I do want to emphasize that. We have Beaver for the last one, last card here for your reading, and it says hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. So weren't we talking about the happy family earlier? I think that's really interesting that the beaver is coming out very strongly here. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family, and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The Beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga or selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless, worn out. And to bring into balance, physical labor is selfless service. So whatever project that it is that you're working on right now, if it's helping people and you're doing it selflessly, then it's very likely that this is going to help you out a great deal. It looks like you're wanting to create this foundation for your family, and that's a very, very noble cause. And I congratulate you for that, because you know how much effort that's going to take, but you're still going to go at it regardless. And I just want to say thank you, Cancer, for what you do. Because even if you feel like what you're doing on a surface level doesn't have a lot of value for the rest of the world, the mere fact that you're doing it for yourself, that you're doing it for your family, is actually helping uplift us on an energetic level, on a very unconscious level. The collective consciousness is basically being uplifted by you when you pursue these things, okay? So I know it may not look like it, but you're actually helping yourself and the collective in a very, very, very subtle way. When you create that stable foundation for your family, you're helping them thrive as well. And it's very similar to the butterfly effect, where since you've created this stable, happy home and this sense of stability for other people, they'll be able to be more productive members of society. If you want to look at it from a more like 3D level, I'm looking at it from a more 5D level, but both ways, at the end of the day, they're both going towards the same cause, if that makes sense. So Cancer, this is your reading, a very beautiful reading, very stable. I love doing your reading. I want to thank you so much for being here. Um, I would like to say, if you like this video, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out my channel. It's very small right now, but I want to get these messages out to more people so I can help uplift and illuminate their path forward, okay? So once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. I think you're awesome, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.